we're live over here. Yeah.
I'm trying to get it pulled up right now. Yep, we're live. Maybe.
Nice.
Yep, we are.
Yeah, we're live now.
Start.
Check.
Yep, we're live. Maybe.
Nice.
Yeah, the audio sounds freaking terrible.
See if that.
Check 1, 2, 3. I just turned down the gain.
Something's not right.
Check 1, 2, 3.
Sounds a little better.
A little better. What's up, everybody? I just turned down the gain.
Got 3 viewers right now, and I think it's us 3.
We got 5. 3 of those are us.
I'm gonna listen to it out here real quick. You guys just keep talking.
Copy. What up, Nate?
What's going on? Jason, you want to run the cameras?
Oh.
Step
You know
in.
how to do the change? Because right now it's on Josh.
Well, that's where the people want.
But actually, that one's just turned red, so we want it on the main. All right, well, what's up, everybody? Sorry about the delay for the live today. We're having issues kind of getting our sound hooked up to like all these cameras, so hopefully everything sounds reasonably good enough right now. I think we're going to work on getting some more lapel mics to kind of
sound a little better in here, huh?
So we can sound a little bit better.
Just giving the people what they want.
Yes.
Nate, can you rotate that one just a hair? When Jordan walked out, he knocked the Ethernet.
This one?
Yeah, just a touch.
Like that?
Yeah, just a touch.
Just a whisper.
Well, I can't see it now.
Just a whisper.
It's not on there, but don't matter.
Well,
We're
let's rock and roll. So, for everybody watching live and on the replay, glad to have you guys. Sorry for the delay. We'll get our stuff together at some point in this life. If this is your first time, what we do is we kind of recap the week and we talk different strategies, we talk different tactics, an update on P&L. How did we do? Did we do good? Did we not do good? That's the show. So if you guys have questions, don't hesitate. Throw them in the chat, and we'll get to those as soon as we can. How was the week? You had a good week.
It was a pretty solid week. I did about 5K this week, so no complaints from me.
It's weak. It's weak.
Yeah, I know, right? On the week. Come on, bro.
5K.
You know,
I know, rookie numbers, I'll pump them up.
but coincidentally, I'm actually sitting just about the same, about 5K on the week. But I think when you're dealing with CPI and PPI, which I do not like CPI and PPI. I know some people really do like it. I'm not a big fan of it. And since we're in the realm of all-time highs, I really haven't been taking that many sells. I've primarily only been waiting for buys, and so when you're only taking buys for a week, you don't make that much, and that's okay. Until we haven't filled a major low yet, and so that's kind of been my week as well.
Isn't it crazy to think whenever we're saying we're not making that much, it's typically like we're still bringing in like $3,000-$4,000?
Yeah. Yeah, well, especially when you're talking across like a lot of props.
Oh yeah.
It's like if you're talking across a lot of different props, it doesn't sound like a lot, but for the average person, it is a lot.
Yeah. Well, I know for me, since trading, like what feels like a lot of money and what truly is skewed sometimes.
It definitely skews reality, like 100%.
Yeah.
I had a bad week. I mean, we talked about this 2 weeks ago. It's like I used to make $900 every 2 weeks at Enterprise.
Right.
But as far as my week goes, it was an off week trading wise. I did a combination of like automated, and then if I was here, I was taking over the automated, just like manually adjusting stop losses, take profits, trailing, etc. I got to trade a little bit a couple of nights, but I normally don't even do that. So I think I ended up at like 1,200, maybe $1,500. That was on a prop firm. It's actually a brand new prop firm, so that's, I mean, relatively speaking, that's pretty decent. So from a manual standpoint, it was nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Pacing for the month, though, that's still
Pacing for the month?
Yeah, it still outperforms most people's monthly salary.
Yeah, I mean, and even that one was started, that prop firm was started 3 days ago. You haven't been traded for 2. Beautiful. Well, you mentioned we had all sorts of stuff going on, like economically. Want to talk about that a little bit?
Well, yeah, we had CPI and PPI. I mean, it's been a really news-packed week.
Yeah.
Which sometimes can lead to a lot of volatility, but the only issue is that we had OPEX day today, which is the open, or, the exchange, or the options contracts expire today. And so that generally, and then you have CPI, so both generally very trappy, very like chop grinding away days, which if anybody's traded today, it's been that kind of a day.
Yeah.
It's been a day full of traps, full of back and forth, which is normally why I don't really why I don't like these weeks generally, Yeah. I don't really like chop. I don't like trappy environments. And so
It's a trap.
yeah, it's always a trap, right? Today has been nothing but traps to the downside. But this week I think has been a lot of that. But I think CPI. I mean, the numbers themselves haven't. I don't think been necessarily bad. Like CPI wasn't bad. University of Michigan today wasn't bad. So that's why I think when we had CPI or when we had PPI yesterday, we had that massive push down before market open, and then the massive push back up.
Yeah.
I kind of saw that. I'm like, well, these numbers aren't bad. Why are we moving down? Probably setting up for buyers to take over at the market open, which is exactly what they did. Right. So I think most of my profit was made yesterday. Was made maybe like Monday, yesterday, and maybe a little bit on maybe Tuesday. I don't remember when I had the other win.
Maybe Tuesday. I've won so much I don't even remember.
I'm saying like the majority of wins for the week
Yeah.
have been yesterday on that move to the upside, and then maybe like Monday or Tuesday.
Well, you know what? So just like
I took max loss today.
You did?
Yeah, I hit my personal max loss today. On two of my accounts during live trading this morning, and then I paper traded for a little bit, traded one other account, but now for the day I'm completely out, completely done.
Well, it does love the chop and just like the traps is the automations. So it's like from a manual standpoint, I get annoyed when there's not massive movement and it's not necessarily like clear to see. But on the automation, like it's just ping ponging back and forth on profit. So I think it depends on like what you're going for.
Yeah.
Like
It's just digging in base hit after base hit.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I think automations will do really good during chop because they are able to more quickly identify what the market's doing based upon whatever parameters are set around it versus us. Me personally, I'm kind of looking for the move of the day. Like, what is the market trying to do today?
Yeah.
Versus these like individual micro scalps.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm kind of looking like, where are our supply and demand zones? What are we going to do around this zone? Like today's been a non-stop trap around a demand zone.
It seemed like the market like waited a lot this week. So just waiting for this news event, waiting for this, waiting for Trump to say something. Like there's a lot scheduled, and during that waiting period, again, like from a manual standpoint, it sucked. But
Yeah.
like the gold is. That's what most of our automations are. It was so perfect while it waited. And then we'd have like a movement of some sort, like that fake down the other day, and it would maybe lose the trade and then kind of go back to waiting for today or waiting for Thursday.
Well, weeks like this, I think, for newer traders, it's a very good practice in discipline and patience. A good time to sit on your hands, let the market does what it does, and wait for a sense of normalcy before you're looking for the next opportunity. And I know discipline's a big thing myself and a lot of our community members, face throughout the week. What are you guys' recommendations on kind of dialing that in a little bit.
Yeah. I think sometimes it's a game of give and take.
Mhm.
Where it's like, look, if you're going to trade a lot, don't trade a lot on days like today.
Mhm.
Like today, I said in our community this morning, today, less is more. You know, if you want to trade a lot, trade on like Tuesday to Thursday. If like you need to get that out of your system, which I still don't recommend it.
Mhm.
But like sometimes you gotta, it's a give and take kind of thing. You know, don't over leverage on Monday or don't over leverage on OPEX day. Like, why would you do that? You know, take what you can get and try not to give too much back, but always stay in the realm of less is more.
I think a big part of that is just being like aware. You know, I think people can look at the market and have no idea what's going on.
Right.
They're just not aware of like what's going on economically.
Yeah, like how many people knew OPEX day was today?
Mhm.
I didn't. I wasn't even paying attention.
This guy didn't.
I wasn't even paying attention. I mean, like looking at the market, I could see that there was,
Something
we
going
had stuff
on.
going on. But I think a lot of people look at the market and they're just they can't identify if we're ranging or if we're trending, and like they take as many trades as they can.
Right.
Mhm.
You know, and that's obviously a mistake.
Yeah. Well, something we've been working on a lot with our members that are coming in for the office days is getting a daily plan in place. You know, what's our profit target? What are we trading? How many trades are we taking at what position size? And that's something I've been working on for myself. Like, if I hit my profit target, I'm just sitting out. Or if I hit my daily loss, I'm done. If I have to scratch the itch, I open up paper trading and I protect those accounts. And
Yeah.
getting the plan in place has helped quite a few people over the last week because they just didn't have clarity on what the hell they needed to do.
Yeah. One is one of the latest videos that we just put out on our channel that Jordan did this week. Like, literally takes 10 minutes to make a plan. Just sit down
Yeah.
and do it, because if you're trading without a plan, you're trading blind. Something I always say, random trades yields random results.
Yep.
So if you're trading randomly, you're going to get random results. So you're going to have those days that it's like, you know, you're going to zoom and make $1,000, $1,500, but then tomorrow you're going to lose $2,000
Mhm.
because you're trading randomly. And so like the goal is never like, can you hold an account for a week? You know, it should be like, can I hold an account for a month? You know, like, can I have a 30 days? Even if you fail that account after 30 days, can you even do that? You know, that to me is like a super good test that you should put on yourself.
Mhm.
Yeah, then I mean, like, do you have the self-awareness to know when that plan needs to change?
Yeah.
People think that they're gonna do a plan, and it'll be like their plan for the rest of their life. Well, the market's not going to stay the same the rest of your life. You know, so having that awareness and saying, well, maybe if my win rate falls below X%, I review my plan, or maybe if whatever it might be, maybe every 30 days I review my plan or review the market and see what we need to do. I mean, like Trump, it's called Trump's market. Trump's market is just way different than last year.
Oh yeah,
You know?
very different.
So you can't expect to have the same results in a different market. It's
Mhm.
just not how it works.
Well, I think it's the same every time there's a new president. You know, I think that's probably the biggest macroeconomic change of the year.
Yeah.
It's going to be that there's a new president. You know, and we'll probably experience the same things we've been experiencing this whole year for the rest of the year. And then going into 2026, hopefully, rates will lower, and we can get back to maybe a little bit more normalcy of a market where we're not talking about tariffs every other day. You know, and is the war going to end? I mean, hopefully, you know, God forbid a new war start, but you know, like there's talks today about, is the war going to end? You know,
Yep.
like between Russia and Ukraine, and so hopefully going into 2026, things are back to a little bit more normalcy with more like average rates. And yeah, tariff talk is kind of put on the back burner.
Mhm.
I mean, yeah, I mean, we've had almost half a year of tariff talk, war talk,
Yeah.
rate talk. I mean, I was just watching old Bloomberg. Shout out to our sponsor today,
BB.
Old Bloomberg.
Our unofficial sponsor.
Unofficial. But I mean, they're still talking, and they're still, every single headline is tariff. And
Yeah.
Trump had some live press conference where he just started naming off like, you get 20%, you get 19%, you get 40%, and it's just,
And you have no idea when this stuff's going to happen.
No.
You have no idea when a tariff's going to be announced. You have no idea when Trump's going to. Sometimes you do, but most of the time, like, you don't know when Trump's going to talk.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes it's tentative. You know, like, I think he was supposed to talk this week at one point, and he was like an hour late, or like it didn't start for like another half hour after when he was supposed to get there.
Mhm.
You know, which, you know, everyone's on the president's time, but it's like you just don't know. You know.
Well,
100%.
market's changing, I think, needs to be an expectation for anybody that wants to get into trading or that already is and hasn't picked up on that yet. And I think it's something we kind of accounted for whenever we launched this new scalping indicator, UG Scalper. For our members that are in, they see it. For people that aren't in our community, we have a rolling back test associated with that indicator. It tells you
how many weeks is that, like, approximately?
Weeks, I don't know.
I think it's like 2.
It would depend on what time frame you're looking at. If you're looking at our recommended time frame, 5-minute chart, probably around 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But it shows the
But
last.
we're not talking
100
like 6
signals.
months. I mean, like, it's pretty.
Yeah.
It's pretty snappy.
Mhm.
And it's updating in real time. So if there's like a massive drop off, you know that something's going on.
Yeah.
Which is
And
convenient.
you got to keep in mind, well, there's certain days for scalping, and then there's certain days for holding long-term trades.
Oh yeah.
You know, and so like when an indicator is when an indicator is for scalping, you know, you got to treat it like an indicator for scalping, not something where if you're trading ES, you're going to get a 200 tick move. You know, that's probably going to be a headline that's going to give you that, but most of the time, it's going to be used for scalping.
Take what the market gives you.
Yeah, take what the market gives you.
Scalping. Speaking of, we all kind of trade a little bit differently. You are more of support, resistance, key levels, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm a reverse trader. Like, I like to hit the reversal. I like to hit the rejections. I don't even know what you like. What do you do?
I'm kind of in the middle, man.
Do you do like random things?
Do
in
you
the
even,
open?
do you even trade?
I'd say key levels and trend reversals, the main thing that I'm looking at, which really plays in with our indicators. So for a lot of my entries, I've been using our UG Scalper
Mm-hmm.
in alignment with key levels that I have painted on my chart. And once I'm in there, key levels are always in the back of my mind, but I'm looking at Blitz to see EMA action.
Yep.
Is this something I should be looking to trail? Is this something I should be looking to take my profit and look for another opportunity?
Yeah,
So
that's good.
they're very good to play hand in hand.
Yeah, I mean, and that's having the right tool.
Mhm.
Like, a lot of people don't, or they don't know what tool. Let's say that they want to be a scalper and they're using a completely wrong tool for that. Like, that makes no sense. Or they want to do key levels, but they're using a scalping tool. Like, it's not going to always align. So you got to be really back to self-awareness. You got to be aware of what tool you need. You know?
Yeah. Well, I think also as far as tools go, it's pretty important to master, at least have a deep understanding of one thing before you start building the second bridge. If you don't have your one bridge finished, you're not going to be able to do 2 at the same time.
I mean, I can. I can. Nate can.
I probably can.
Nah, you're full of it.
Do we have any questions in the old chat? Any questions for us, guys? We're just kind of chilling a little bit. Kind of been a crazy week. A little bit of a crazy week. What are you most excited about coming in next week?
Well, next week, now that we're past OPEX Day, I'm hoping for kind of a more normal week next week. I don't think there's any, depending, and it kind of depends on what happens today, too. I don't know if I haven't checked to see if there's been anything published about the Ukraine-Russia war. But obviously, since we're still in the realm of all-time highs, it kind of depends on where we end in the market today. If we have a Friday sell-off, or if we keep up in this realm of all-time highs, and then we're going to kind of see what dictates Monday as our new low for the week, probably.
Is it all-time on ES and NQ?
I mean, yeah, NAS and ES have been hitting new all-time highs all day this week.
Okay.
And
All
so,
day.
my perspective still for the time being is buys only. Right, and it doesn't mean there's not valid sells, but to me this is a game of probabilities, and so I'm still in the realm of buys only until.
What would it take to change that? Like, what would you be looking for to start considering going short?
So I always look for the failure of a major low, right? Because I like to follow the direction of the market. So if the market is strong to the upside, then I'm not trying to sell into strength.
Mm-hmm.
And so it takes a lot of discipline because you might see sells playing out that you're like, oh man, I really want to take this. And so it would take either a very clear supply zone at the top to be confirmed, which it's like every supply zone that we've made this week has been busted through pretty quickly. Or it would just take the failure of a major low to signal that we're going back down to a previous zone.
Yeah.
Which typically, is technically a breakdown, right? But I want to see a breakdown, and then I want to see break of structure to give us continuation. And so that's would be like the first thing. But still, at that point, I would still consider the market bullish. But for me, it's basically getting away from all-time highs.
Yeah.
You know, as long as we're still in this zone of near the all-time highs, to me, every sell is high risk. You know, they can still work out, but again, it comes to a game of probabilities. Buys likely have a higher probability. You know, especially in the realm of all-time highs, unless there's some headline or news event, or obviously that can change.
Freaking tariff talk.
Yeah,
Tariff talk.
Tariff can get announced, whatever. That can change quickly. But yeah, basically just moving away from all-time highs and getting down to a previous zone where you can range, build up some more structure. That would be the biggest thing.
What are you looking forward to?
What he said.
What he said.
No, for me, this upcoming week, something I've been working on is trading less. You know, letting automation do some of the work for me, and when I'm manually trading, really dial in and find one or two meaningful trades rather than hopping in and out of the market a lot of times. I think that's something we've been talking about. Each time I'm entering the
Call you
market.
Hoppy.
Yeah.
Hopping
Each time
in.
you enter the market, you're raising the risk that you're taking on, and I'm trying to limit that as much as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'd say same thing. I mean, just for me, just working on the couple prop accounts, and same thing, like letting the automation do. Because like the automation is really good overnight, you know, because it's going to consolidate, you know, up until about 3 o'clock in the morning, we'll make a major move, etc. So normally walking into the morning, like when I wake up, we're waking up to profit. Not every night, but a lot of it. And then just continuing that, like locking in that profit, and then just amplifying it a little bit is kind of my game plan running into next week. That's what I'm excited about.
I like it.
You like it?
I like it.
So for anybody new watching this, if you don't know, we do trade with people every day?
Every day?
Every single day.
Every single day.
So guys, you'd be trading with Nate. You want to go through kind of what you do on a daily basis and like what people would get if they jumped in and traded with you?
Yeah, so I mean, every day, basically the process that I've talked about, and you know, in our Discord we have Nate's Corner. I've kind of gone through a little bit of the process there. But every day in the morning before the New York market opens, somebody comment on how I wasn't specific about that, but before the New York market opens, we basically want to look at the overnight session and the current session, right? Previous days, overnight, to kind of lay out the game plan of what we want to do for the day. And so I give out to everybody, okay, here's my exact areas of interest that either I'm looking to take a buy here or sometimes take a sell here, right? Here's where if you were considering a sell, this would be the area to probably start considering it. And so we call it our pre-market analysis. So I give out those key levels every single morning to our live trading community. And then from there, starting at like 9:20 to 9:30, we go live and we live trade for an hour, sometimes 2 hours.
Yeah.
You know, and we might trade ES. I generally trade ES. Sometimes gold. I had a really good gold win this week.
Nice.
So sometimes ES. Most of the time ES. Sometimes gold. And then you have Kent on Tuesdays and Thursdays. He trades Nasdaq. And so we do that every single day. So I give out my exact entries, my exits, my upward targets, my downward targets, and then we do it live on the market to see what happens.
What a crazy concept.
Implementation.
Yeah, so if you guys are watching this and you know you are wanting to get more insight into the market, you're wanting to trade with somebody that is going to give you not just trade, because I see a lot of guys that just trade and they don't explain what they're doing, what they see, and like their logic behind it. Without understanding the logic behind a trade, like it's pointless to watch people do it. So if you guys are interested in that, jump into the Discord and shoot us a message. We'll put the link in the description. And then me and you work a little bit more on the I don't want to call it an intro level, but kind of the intro level, yeah.
A little bit.
So what does that look like?
Foundations.
Yeah, the foundation, getting people consistent, getting people kind of in a groove. What does that look like? What do me and you do every week?
Well, as far as intro goes, I think a lot of our time is spent on making sure people have a solid foundation. They know what they're looking at on the chart. They have a good plan coming into the day, something we already mentioned, and a lot of it I think I'm going to be focusing on with the community moving forward is going to be the mental aspect of trading. A lot of people aren't prepared for that whenever they hop in. Greed can take over really quick, and with something that's very similar to gaming, it's easy to just let your emotions take control and keep clicking over and over again.
Yeah, it's 80-20.
Mm-hmm.
It's 80% mental, 20% tactical. Like the
60% of the time, every time.
The technical side is honestly
Panther.
the easiest part of trading.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, even if don't have a high IQ, this is not a game of you need a high IQ to win,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Thank God.
It's definitely more mental than anything else.
Yeah, without a doubt. We spent a lot of time just doing basic Q&A, just
Yeah.
giving the people a chance to talk to people that have seen success and what they're trying to achieve.
Yes, we got a couple tools for people that are looking to get started and or kind of scale. So we've got multiple indicators. We have Nate trades a little bit with an indicator, key levels. We have a couple automations now.
Mm-hmm.
All sorts of stuff.
Have opportunities to come work hands-on with us in office.
What does that mean?
Means you come in office and you work hands-on with us.
Sounds lame.
We just did this last Friday. One of our members came in and spent the whole day working with Nate, Jordan, and myself, dialing in a specific plan to him. Deep learning on key levels, deep learning on how to best use the tools he has available to him. And I think this week he's been profitable. He's told me really good things. So I'll have to double check with him at the end of the day to see. But
he blew all his accounts.
Oh yeah.
He was trying to be nice to you, so he just didn't tell you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't know if you guys pay much attention, but that's pretty rare where you could come to an office and actually trade with people live and in person versus watching a person in their basement.
Basement gurus.
On basement gurus, man.
Yeah, I think there's very few communities where it's like once a month you can come into the office and trade with us.
Mhm.
I mean, I think for the most part you're only ever going to see these people online.
Yeah.
For the most part, But definitely a different experience being in person than on camera. I've always loved that about our events, about our office days, having people in here, because it's more of a one-on-one experience.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to do, breakfast, lunch, and dinner with you, hang out with you, the whole gig. But I think that's all I've got. You guys have anything else as far as the week goes?
No,
It was a good one.
no, yeah. I think overall it's a weird kind of slow week, but still, like,
It was.
if you're following your plan, it doesn't matter really what the market does. If you're taking your setups.
Yeah.
Do it up. So, guys, next week, 1 o'clock?
Yep.
103.
Every Friday, 1 o'clock. Probably, towards 103. But no, next week I will set it up.
Yeah, we'll see.
So
it'll
that,
be done right next week.
So that we'll have really good audio and stuff. But yeah, any questions from anybody before we hop out? Got 8 people watching right now.
And if you have questions after we hop off, there's a link to our Discord in the bio, correct?
In the bio,
Yep.
If you're
in the
not,
description.
if you're not a part of it, you can join the free community. Hop in, ask us questions, see if it makes sense for you to work with us a little bit more hands-on.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Peace out, Girl Scout. Is that it?
Yes, sir.
Wait, right when we jump off, everyone will ask a
Yeah, everyone's gonna start asking questions.